sleeping next to you. To get the hell out, you've got things to do. Wednesday morning, the week's half done. Try to sober up, it's time to run. There's only 3 days left working from 9 to 5. Then it's party time. Party time. Just a little more work to do. Let's get on up and get the damn thing through. Then we'll get back to numbing our minds.
Hump Day is here, and we had to move things around this week. So Grant Bills, who normally joins us on Tuesdays, is going to join us today.
Yeah, you can talk sports whenever.
Wisco Sports Show host Grant Bills joining us just after 8 o'clock. We had to shift him to Wednesday because Doc was in studio all of yesterday morning.
There's
getting
so
ready
much
for the-
sports, though.
Oh, I know.
It's,
Busy. It's that
there's
time
so
of
much
year, man.
sports.
You're either a spring person or you're a fall person when it comes to sports. Because in the spring, you're getting baseball, you're getting, NCAA is wrapping
playoffs.
up. You've got, all that stuff. But then in the fall, the NFL kicks off again, college football, the wrapping up of the NASCAR season, kicking off of hockey and NBA. So, there's
Baseball
just
playoffs
a
start this
bazillion
weekend.
things happening. So Grant Bills is going to join us a bit later on. It's also day 1 of October. That means things to look forward to in the month of October. We'll get to our list of that stuff a bit later on, and we'll make our Week 5, speaking of NFL action, Week 5 Pigskin Picks. Gene, catching
I had a
up a
good
little
week.
bit. Catching up a little. I had a bad week. I had a down week. I had a losing record for the first time this season. Made a couple of stupid picks, most notably the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Eagles. Should have listened to Corbin when he texted in. Did not. But this week, I feel a rebound coming on.
Redemption.
Up for grabs is my seafood paella that Gene promised me so many years ago.
Pigskin Picks. We'll do that in preparation for Week 6, right?
Week
6,
5, which kicks off, of course, tomorrow night. Lots of other stuff, including bad news, happy music, and you as a part of the program. rockmornings.com. Find all of our contact info there. Download the apps, whether it's the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app, and get in touch with us that way. Submit voicemails, images, videos. Let us know what you're up to.
This weather is so weird. It's beautiful and nice, and I know you don't like it, but I love it. But I was on my walk last night, and this has to be super unusual. I can't remember the time.
90 on Friday. 90.
Dude, I saw a baby turtle yesterday. Because
Yeah,
I haven't seen any.
the animals have got to be a little bit out of sorts.
I
Because,
haven't
they're
seen
on a
any
rhythm.
baby turtles hatch all summer long, which is unusual for where I live because it's near some waterway, right? And usually I saw the mamas all come up and dig their holes and lay their eggs and stuff months and months and months ago. And then I never saw a baby turtle, like the whole summer. Not a dead one, not a live one, nothing. And I'm walking last night and I see a baby. I'm like, it is October, little guys. What are you doing? You feels like you should have been born and in the river a long time ago.
The one nice thing is that because I still have my central AC on and because the Red Sox and Yankees went a little bit late last night, I slept in the basement where it's super duper cold.
Watching baseball?
And I was very excited to do that. So, yeah. rockmornings.com for all of our contact info. We got some KSE and AIC coming up in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
The United States of America is closed, bitches. Government shutdown. Federal government shutting down after lawmakers left the Capitol without passing a funding bill. The majority of veterans' benefits and military operations will continue to be funded regardless of the shutdown. However, pay for military and civilian workers will be delayed until a funding deal is reached. Military personnel on active duty, including active guard reserves, will continue their duty. However, no new orders may be issued except for extenuating circumstances such as a disaster response or national security. Some National Guard members serving through federal funding could have their orders terminated unless performing an essential duty. The Department of Veterans Affairs said it expects 97% of its employees to work, though regional offices will be closed. Some death benefits, such as the placement of permanent headstones at VA cemeteries and ground maintenance will cease. Also affected will be communication lines, including hotlines, emails, social media, and responses to press inquiries. Air traffic control services will continue, allowing for 13,000 plus air traffic controllers to work through a shutdown, but without pay until the government is funded again. Other essential activities such as the certification and oversight of commercial airplanes and engines will continue, as will limited air traffic safety oversight. The Department of Transportation will stop air traffic controller hiring, field training of air traffic controllers, facility security inspections, and law enforcement assistance support. Social Security benefits considered mandatory under law will continue regardless of the shutdown. So recipients that rely on those checks, obviously, can expect to continue to receive their payments. However, the Social Security Administration could face a furloughed workforce, which means if you've got questions or problems or trying to find somebody in the office, you may not have any.
Getting answers might be challenging. I'll tell you what, the National Guard might be going to work in the Outer Banks. Did you see North Carolina and those 2 hurricanes that are hitting the Atlantic? Holy moly, they might be quickly back to work.
Imelda was one of them?
And Humberto, is that the other one? I think there's 2 of them, and they're like swirling around, so they might not be without work very long.
Elsewhere with the shutdown, the Department of Health and Human Services, which contains the agencies like the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the FDA, said in its contingency plan that it expects more than 32,000 of its nearly 80,000 workers to be furloughed during the shutdown, so almost half. Health and Human Services expected activities will continue, offering an example responses to pandemics, flus, and hurricanes. Research contracts, grants to external organizations such as universities, those will all freeze. FDA will continue exempt activities, which include drug and medical device reviews and recalls, monitoring and response of foodborne illnesses. The Department of Education will continue to disperse student aid through Pell Grants and federal direct student loans. Yeah, there's all CDC, obviously, nutritional programs for the poor, women, children, all that stuff. National parks. Their contingency plan, released on last night, will remain partially open during the shutdown. Open-air sites like park roads, outlooks, trails, and some memorials will remain open to the public. Restrooms will also remain open, and trash will be collected. However, the emergency services will be limited. But, yeah. Government shutdown. So, some changes. Obviously going to probably get back to work and try to figure that one out.
Yes, I would hope so. Quickly.
You would hope. Man, can we get a shutdown here? Can that happen? I'd love to be furloughed. Go home.
I don't know. The no pay thing ain't working for me.
No, I mean, that sucks, but...
Like, it's not working.
Be nice to go home.
Well, yeah, of course.
Get the hell out of here.
Always does.
I've got several friends that work in the IRS, and every time this happens, no matter what administration it is, they're just constantly, it's funny to watch them.
Not at work, back at work, having issues.
Yeah, bitching about it
of course,
online.
I'm sure.
Yeah, very upset. Yeah, I've got a friend, and here we go again. Except this time we have to work for the first 5 days, as IRS has funds until the 7th. So I'm begging, please, government, stay shut at least 10 days so we can enjoy a mini vacation, LOL.
Well, and if it affects you or your spouse or your family, let us know. Give us a call on the app and leave a voicemail, or let us know by, contacting rockmornings.com if this is something that affects you with, anybody that you know or in your own household. I mean, that all of a sudden not having any money coming in is a problem. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like a family, and all of a sudden you got to go to work, but you're not getting paid.
Obviously, if you're looking for more information, you want something more specific, you can Google that. Jim texted in and said, I remember the last shutdown during the Obama era. I didn't get paid, but got back pay. So Jim, who's now retired military, living in Georgia, still listening online, remembers the last one, which was obviously several years ago.
2019, I believe.
Rob also texted in this morning, said, as someone who loves baseball, the Red Sox-Yankees game was some really good baseball
to watch. Was it good?
Dude, it was... Look, it's the Red Sox and the Yankees. It's always interesting. I don't care who you are. You can hate me because I love the Red Sox. That's fine. You can hate my team. You can hate Boston, New England. That's fine. I think
everybody hates the Yankees, don't they?
But you can't deny that there's some drama there.
It's a battle to the end?
It was... It should have been a World Series. Like, this is the game you want for the World Series. This would be the Game 7 deciding factor to win the World. That game was so intense. So intense.
So they'll play 3.
It's a best of 3. So here's an interesting stat. And, we got sports coming up here in a bit, but an interesting stat. So they went back to this best of 3 series for the wild card in 2022. I think they started it after COVID or during COVID. But they Major League Baseball officially went back to the best of 3 series in a wild card round as opposed to a one game playoff. So they went back to that in 2022, which is 3 years ago. And the team that has won game 1
of the best of 3 series,
every single team has gone on to win that. While no team has come back from down 0-1 in a best of 3 series and been able to get 2 games. So, and very few of them go to the 3rd game. So we'll see what happens. But yeah,
white knuckle in it.
The pinky nail got bit last night. That one got bit. I started working on this one, but I left it alone because I was like, I'm going to need something for tonight because there's another game tonight. So yeah, I'm.
Pressure was on.
Yes. The fingernails may not make it. They may not make it. It was very very stressful last night at my house. Thankfully, they won because then I actually got some sleep. I didn't get much, but I got a little bit. If they had lost, I would have stewed. Would have been stewing.
Well, thanks for letting us know. Rockmornings.com for contact information.
KSE.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
What an effing day for baseball. I didn't stay up and watch the Dodgers game. It's way too past my bedtime. But boy, oh boy.
Exciting all around? Is that what you're saying?
I get it, dude. Some people think baseball is boring. Doesn't captivate them. The Savannah Bananas are the new hot thing. I get all that. But boy, when you... I love to watch excellence. And Skubal, 14 strikeouts for the Tigers. And they needed every single one of those 14 Ks because they only beat the Reds or the Guardians 2-1. So that kicked off the MLB wildcard playoffs yesterday. The Tigers beating the Guardians 2-1 thanks to Skubal's 14 strikeouts. Yeah.
That's a good day. He's having a good day, huh?
Yeah, the Cubs were able to hold on and beat the Padres 3-1.
Okay.
7th pitch from Keller. Striking out looking. Keller closes the door, and the Cubs claim the opener.
A magnificent performance by the Chicago bullpen. They retire all 14 batters that they face, and the back-to-back homers by Suzuki and Kelly in the bottom of the 5th turn out to be enough.
As the Cubs win Game 1 in front of a remarkable crowd here at Wrigley Field.
Yeah. Another tight one there between the Cubs and the Padres, 3-1. Red Sox.
Epic.
Dude, you got 2 aces. Fried, Crochet on the bump. Crochet gives up the home run to Volpe. Yankees are up 1-0. The Red Sox can't get anybody near home plate. They had one guy on third early in the game. They were getting struck out. Fried was just mowing them down. And then then stupid Aaron Boone goes in there and takes out Fried. The guy's dealing. Takes him out, goes to the bullpen, and it completely backfires. Red Sox score 3 runs. Then all of a sudden they bring in their closer, a guy who's been dominant all season long, Aroldis Chapman. And the guy loads the bases in the bottom of the 9th with no outs. 3 on, no outs. Red Sox are up 3-1, and he somehow manages to get out of it. It was incredible. Red Sox get the 3-1 win.
The last hope for the Yankees, a man who's had so many big swings for them this year, Trent Grisham. Chapman is ready. He throws. Fastball! Swung on and missed! He got him! Chapman leaves the bases loaded, and the Red Sox win Game 1, 3-1 in the Bronx.
Has that ever happened before?
Dramatic, yet thrilling save for Chapman.
Ugh. So much tension that last inning.
Oh, my gosh.
So much tension. Dodgers got up to an early lead on the Reds. I think it was 8-0 at one point. Ended up holding on for a 10-5 win. Shohei Ohtani doing what Shohei Ohtani does. Hits 2 bombs. Just an unbelievable. That guy is just crazy good. Game 2 in all those series is today, starting with the Guardians-Tigers game at noon on ESPN. San Diego at Chicago at 2 o'clock on ABC for Game 2 of that series. Red Sox-Yankees, 5 o'clock on ESPN. and Cincinnati at Los Angeles at 8 o'clock on ESPN as well. Week 5 in the NFL kicks off tomorrow night with the Niners at the Chargers. On Amazon Prime at 7:15, we'll make our Week 5 Pigskin Picks a bit later on. The Vikings take on the Browns at 8:30 in the morning on Sunday on the NFL Network. That game in London.
Having some fish and chips.
Lions will be at Cincinnati on Sunday at 3:25. The Bears and the Packers are both on the bye this week, so they will not be playing. WNBA, the Vegas Aces all over the Indiana Fever in overtime, 107-98 last night. They advanced to the WNBA Finals for the 4th time in the last 6 years. They'll face the Phoenix Mercury.
Lob it in Howard. The tip play won't go. And that will do it. The Las Vegas Aces have survived the fever and are headed back to the WNBA Finals.
Game 1 of the WNBA Finals is Friday night, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Over on the ice, the Minnesota Wild signing left wing Kirill Kaprizov to a NHL record 8-year, $136 million contract extension through 2033-34. The deal is the highest in NHL history in terms of total money and average annual value. So they really like him, and he really likes the money. Speaking of women's basketball, the NCAA has now decided to hold the 2028 Women's Final Four at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis instead of at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where the Pacers and the Fever play their games. The change announced yesterday by the D1 Women's Basketball Committee means the event will gain approximately 13,000 seats. So with more eyes on women's basketball now, they're moving to a bigger arena.
Making more room.
Yeah. Making more room. And a crazy story out of Florida. This is nuts. It doesn't have a ton to do with football other than the fact that this guy suffered the injury during a football game. A state trooper from the Florida Highway Patrol who was providing security for Florida A&M coach James Colsey during FAMU's game at Florida Atlantic on September 6th died less than 2 weeks after he suffered a broken leg when a player rolled into him when he was standing on the sidelines. So this guy is
hired as a
state trooper,
guard,
hired as a security guard, off duty probably in his uniform and there for the coach. And player comes off the field and rolls into him, breaks his leg, and less than 2 weeks later, the guy dies from the injury. Probably got some kind of sepsis type thing, like remember Alex Smith, his leg, how effed up that was. According to the Fraternal Order of Police, Florida State Lodge, Craig Gaines died on September 19th at his residence. Facebook post said Gaines' death was related to medical complications from his leg injury. Had been a member of the Florida Highway Patrol since 2008 and was also a Navy veteran. So this guy, you're there guarding the coach and making sure the guys.
He had a broken leg. Okay, I mean that's awful. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure.
But you don't think you're going to die from a broken leg?
Yes. Hey, stats. I found 3 other games since 1974 when one team loaded the bases with nobody out in the last inning while trailing and then didn't score. 2005, 2008, and 2021, by the way. Those were the years.
I get it. It's homer stuff coming from me, but again, that amount of intensity and tension and all that is what you want in the World Series. And here it is, the first effing game of the world. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know if I'm going to make it.
This is a big one.
After they got because the Red Sox were only up 2-1 until the 8th, and then they scored an insurance run, I believe, in the 9th. And I was like, okay, cool. 3-1 is way better than 2-1, right?
So Chapman was the guy on the mound when the bases were loaded, right? And then
he came in the 8th and got him out of the 8th, and then went back out in the 9th, which is a little unusual for a closer. Usually the closer's the final inning, but then loads the bases on it was 3 pitches and 3 hits, and you're like, how did they not score a run? How was it? I mean, it was Aaron Judge, and it was like, how did they not score a run? And they loaded him up, and you're like, oh my God, here we go.
So apparently he threw 10 balls over 100 miles an hour. Once when the bases were loaded.
Yeah.
100.33, 101, 105. I mean,
and the dude's 50. He's been around forever, and he's been the best closer in the big leagues this year, and he's out there dealing 100-mile-an-hour strikes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all
in the
over
9th,
100.
Yes. On to some Papa Roach in just a bit. We'll make our pigskin picks a bit later on, plus what to look forward to in the month of October. Don't go anywhere.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Julie. Huh? Julie. Huh? Guess what day it is? Julie. Huh? Julie. Huh? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Anybody? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Anybody? Mike. Huh? What day is it, Mike? Huh? Woo-hoo! Mike. Huh? What day is it, Mike? Huh? Oh, come on. I know you can hear me. Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is?
Hump day.
It's hump day.
Hump day! Woo-hoo!
It is, in fact, hump day. It's also the first day of October, so we'll hook you up with a list of things to look forward to in the month of October. Mm-hmm. We'll get to our Week 5 Pigskin Picks. Grant Bills of the Wisco Sports Show is going to join us. And if you're looking for baseball, it's on TV all afternoon, starting at noon on ESPN. Got a game in the afternoon. The Cubs game will be on ABC. And then the two later games, Red Sox, Yankees, and Dodgers and Reds, will be both on ESPN. Also on television tonight, the 11th season premiere of Chicago Med on NBC. Season 5 premiere of Abbott Elementary tonight on ABC.
Attention! I have a very important update regarding our school. Since there aren't enough second graders for 2 classes, Miss Teagues will now have 40 students. I, for one, am excited to see if it will break her.
It won't. It might.
Y'all know what time it is.
Welcome back.
I will be turning up.
She got me so excited.
Guys, this year is going to be...
You know, guys, I still think it's going to be a great year. Ms. Shimenti will be moving up to teach middle school math and homeroom.
Preteens are a lot different than second graders.
You seemed way smarter when we were in second grade.
Abbott Elementary Season 5 premiere on ABC. Also on ABC tonight, a new episode of The Golden Bachelor.
Golden girls on the Golden Bachelor. Don't want to see you guzzling wine in a hot tub with a stranger. Mom, is that Nana? The world is gonna see her on the show this fall. Now she's doing liposuction and wearing a Spanx bra. Golden girls on the Golden Bachelor. One of these days, and it won't be long, I hope we don't see your butt in a tiny little thong in the back of a limo, trying not to squeal while your date's getting out his little blue pills. Golden girls on the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, a new episode of that tonight on ABC. A new episode of 99 to Beat on Fox. Also, the 14th season premiere of Chicago Fire on NBC, followed by the 13th season premiere of Chicago PD. And on Paramount Plus, the streaming premiere of the movie Fight or Flight, starring Josh Hartnett as a mercenary hired to locate a high-value asset known only as the Ghost, and to protect the ghosts from an airplane full of other assassins.
What am I doing here, Catherine?
We're tracking a high-value target.
The Ghost is a black hat terrorist.
Deliver the mark to us alive, you get your life back.
We have a big problem. There isn't a country in the Western Hemisphere that doesn't have a bounty on the Ghost's head.
Are you telling me that plane is full of killers?
Ooh, rough night.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Fight or Flight making its streaming premiere on Paramount Plus today. I saw that movie when it starred Liam Neeson. Fallon has got Blood Orange and is being co-hosted by Doja Cat tonight, apparently. Jimmy Kimmel's talking to Emily Blunt and Big Daddy Kane, BDK. Julia Roberts and Sam Smith on with Stephen Colbert. Seth Meyers is talking to Christian Slater and Renee Rapp. That's what's on your boob tube this afternoon, along with this evening. Did you see the trailer for the Ozzy documentary?
No,
Well,
I saw it
There's several. So
come across my feed, but I didn't take the time to watch it.
This is the BBC one that they were going to release a few weeks ago, and then they delayed it, and now it's coming out, I believe, tomorrow. But, yeah, it's an hour-long documentary on the BBC One channel. Obviously, if you've got that, you'll be able to watch it. You can probably stream it if you've got gray area apps.
Was always referred to this as home.
It looks magnificent, sir.
You can't be him without people staring. He's Ozzy Osbourne.
I always told Ozzy, when you're 70, we say goodbye.
I can't wait till I'm there.
What are you most looking forward to?
Doing absolutely nothing.
Do you want a quiet life now?
No. Yes, but no.
Oh, man. All up in the fields yesterday. I know it's been tough for a lot of Ozzy fans out there to listen to his music, to watch his show. I mean, like, it just, to realize he's gone. But it's Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne coming home. 1-hour documentary airing tomorrow on BBC One and through the BBC iPlayer streaming service, focusing on Ozzy and his wife moving back to the UK from their home in the US, as well as his preparation for his retirement show, Back to the Beginning, which, of course, he then died shortly after. So the trailer is available online. BBC first announced the Ozzy documentary, initially marketed with the title of Ozzy Osbourne Coming Home in early August, with a broadcast date sometime on August 18th. However, shortly before the program was due to air, it was pulled from the BBC schedule. They explained that they were respecting the family's wishes to wait a bit longer before airing this very special film due to Ozzy's death on July 22nd. Moving and inspirational account of the last chapter of Ozzy's life. Never before seen footage and interviews with the Osbourne family, including Kelly and Jack. Sad almost that it's only 1 hour long because you...
Oh, I could watch it forever.
Drink it in. Yeah, you really... Yeah.
Andrew Watt, by the way, one of his very close friends, apparently, talked to him daily for the last 6.5 years. Like, every day they would check up on each other on the phone. A producer that was a really dear, dear friend, and said he spoke to Ozzy every day for the past 6.5 years. On July 21st, it was no different. Everything was normal in our conversation. And then the next day, when he went to call him, he had heard the news.
Ugh. Awful.
But you know what? It is the most beautiful swan song. It really, really is.
Yeah,
to do that concert and then die of a heart attack 2 weeks later when he could suffer from Parkinson's for,
the Disney ending in a weird way.
But I bet these documentaries are tear-jerkers.
Oh, it's so hard to watch, obviously. So hard to watch. Last night, if you are a person who DVRs the Wheel of Fortune, Fifth Lori, and you don't want to hear the results, then you better turn the radio down.
La, la, la.
The largest winning jackpot of all time.
In history? The story?
On the Wheel of Fortune last night. Yes. Wheel of Fortune had its biggest winner ever in its 43-season history. A contestant named Christina from Stamford, Connecticut, won a cash prize of $1,035,155 plus trips to Montana and Tokyo.
Living things? That is the category. Christina's staring at me. Good luck.
Pack of coyotes.
Christina, they're going to miss you at work. You just won $1 million.
Shut up.
You won $1 million.
You're a millionaire.
So happy, ladies.
You are kidding me. Nobody ever wins that kind of money.
She is the fourth contestant in the show's history to earn the $1 million prize, the first since Seacrest took over. For Pat Sajak, Christina's winning puzzle was Pack of Coyotes in the Living Things category. Again, largest winner in the history of Wheel of Fortune, $1,035,155, and a trip to Montana and a trip to Tokyo. Biggest winner ever in Wheel of Fortune history. 43 years.
Ow.
It's impressive.
Because usually $7,000. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Some parting gifts. Here's some luggage and some Dove ice cream bars. Oh, thanks.
That's actual, amazing, real
wow,
money.
And that's all before taxes. So, I mean, she's technically a millionaire, but not after the government gets a piece of it.
More like $300,000.
More like a...
But still, and some trips to amazing trips around the world.
$14 an air. Yeah. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Highly suspect now.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. That, of course, Faith No More. Going to make our Pigskin Picks, Week 5 Pigskin Picks here in just a bit. Also, share with you a list of things to look forward to in the month of October. And we're going to talk to Grant Bills, get to bad news, happy music. Lots and lots of stuff coming up. Cheesemonger, you know what that is?
I do.
Person
like in a cheese shop.
Cheese?
Yeah, and they usually...
Specialty cheeses. An expert when it comes to cheese.
Yes.
Well, we got a cheesemonger from the U.S. who made us numero uno for the first time ever.
Ooh.
An American just won one of the biggest cheese competitions in the world for the very first time. Amelia D'Albero is a cheese expert who studied at the Philly Cheese School. And yes, that's an actual legitimate academic institution.
Yeah.
She just competed at the Cheesemonger Olympics in France last month, which included a written test, blind cheese tasting, a cheese sculpting event, and one where competitors had to cut the cheese. Legitimately cut the cheese, right? Probably very specific. She's the very first American to ever win gold at the Cheesemonger Olympics in France.
My teammate this year, Courtney Johnson, and I are the first all-female Team USA. In other parts of the world, like Europe, being a cheesemonger is seen as a very respected career. In America, it's not quite as respected as it should be. It's definitely skilled labor. We have to have an encyclopedic knowledge of the cheeses in the case. It definitely made me feel a sort of responsibility to portray American cheesemongers as well as I could, to say, hey, we're breaking these boundaries. We're going to do this.
USA, greatest country in the world.
Cheesemongers.
Take that, France. Shove it up your Francie ass.
Select Sells cares for cheese. They are a knowledgeable guide for customers to discover and enjoy new teachers. They are new cheeses. They authorize personalized recommendations on preference. They educate customers on cheese stories, production, creameries, dairies, cheese tasting experience. They advise pairings, by the way. They include inventory, maintaining quality, and often cutting and portioning wheels to order.
First time in history, an American has won one of the biggest competitions in the world for cheese. This is in France at the Cheesemonger Olympics. Her and her partner, her teammate, as you heard there, Courtney Johnson, the first all-female Team USA. So not only breaking records by winning for the first time, but doing it as a couple of ladies. Amelia lives in Philly. Johnson lives in is based out of Seattle. Both competed in the Mondial du Fromage, where some of the top cheesemongers from around the world go head-to-head. Look at them there in their chef's coats and their champagne and clinking the glasses, big old medals. Total of 9 challenges that she practiced for at the Philly Cheese School. I did the whole competition with 2 knives and a wire cutter. Her career in cheese started 8 years ago. Took off after she started her very popular TikTok account called Punk Rock Parmigiano.
In your cheese face.
Yeah, she's got quite the head of hair on her, too, by the way. Very curly hair.
She knows her stuff.
Very cool. USA, number 1 in cheese. Suck it. Rest of the world. Here's a guy, a wildlife photographer. His name is Sean Miller, and he is in the news for helping out hermit crabs. I don't think anybody would be surprised to learn that there's a bunch of trash in the ocean and on the beaches and all over the place. And hermit crabs
live there.
Sometimes,
they live there.
Any port in the storm kind of thing. He looks for hermit crabs that are using trash as their home. Things like bottle caps, PVC pipes, plastic stuff.
Where they're crawled inside of it like they think it's a shell?
Yes, and then offers them actual shells instead. He actually started a project called Make the Switch for Nature, where people can donate shells that he leaves in areas that hermit crabs live in. He's helped to rehome hundreds of them and picked up a whole lot of trash along the way as well.
In 2010, I found my first hermit crab climbing up a tree in the forest with a bottle cap. And that's all I could think about. Then I started exploring the coastal forest that night, and I started finding a bunch of hermit crabs adapting with plastic. So I offer hermit crabs available shells in trade of plastic that they're using. When I find a hermit crab that's adapting with plastic, I'll have some shells in my backpack, and I'll pull that out, and I'll put the shells around the actual hermit crab. It switches over into it.
Make the switch with the number 4, nature. Make the switch for nature. The guy's name is Sean Miller, and he's making the news because he's doing his best to help out these hermit crabs. And he's got pictures and videos of them. You know, you're looking at a bottle cap. You're looking at the cap of like a Tide bottle.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All sorts of different plastics and things that they're not supposed to be living in.
And not only is he showing them their new shell home, he's also picking up all this garbage that's washed up on the beach while he's out there.
Yeah. Videos of the hermit crabs making the choice to switch to the au natural shell as opposed to the plastic shell.
For years and years, I had these 4 ocean bracelets. So they are made out of
trash,
basically, yeah. So for every bracelet, it's 5 pounds of garbage that they have removed from either oceans or rivers or coastlines or whatever. And 4 ocean signature jewelry that's made from garbage.
Last but not least, there's a hashtag Florida mom who's going viral because she just won a Mortal Kombat tournament with a brand new newborn baby on her lap. Yeah, she's a 3D artist who goes by the name Legion online. She joked that her kid was an excellent coach, but no days off for this mom. We're talking baby, too. We're talking like maybe a couple weeks old.
Infant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 5-day-old child in her arms.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, barely. Just got home from the hospital.
3D artist and mother who occasionally plays fighting games when she has time between working and taking care of her newborn daughter. Skills haven't dulled a bit since the new edition. Local monthly tournament, Juicy Game Night in Orlando, Florida. She showed up and ended up winning the tournament, the Mortal Kombat XL tournament there in Florida with her child on her lap. And the pictures and videos are going viral.
I'm sure.
Apparently it was a C-section too, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Up and walking around. And not that video games are like, physically strenuous, but still doing the damn thing. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to our list of things to look forward to in the month of October next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
September has come to an end, and it's 80 effing degrees outside.
It's October 1st.
It's October 1st. It's going to be almost 90 on October 3rd, which is Friday.
It happens.
No.
Yes, it does.
Stop happening.
It does. I remember one year, it was Ella's birthday. It was November 1st, and we had a party at our house, and all the kids were outside in shorts and tank tops. It was hot, running through a sprinkler.
88 on Friday,
So
87 on Saturday, 83 on Sunday, then all of a sudden, bam, 66 on Monday. Oh, thank God. Instant reprieve. But yes, today is the 1st of October, and there's lots of stuff to look forward to. Here is a list of things to look forward to in the month of October. Starting this Friday in theaters, The Smashing Machine, rated R, starring The Rock, a.k.a. Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. The story of mixed martial arts and UFC champion Mark Kerr.
Probably looking at my eyes.
How did that happen?
Well, have you ever heard of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC?
That's the bloody thing they're trying to ban.
This guy is the best he has ever seen.
Do you hate each other when you fight?
Absolutely not.
How do you know Mark Kerr?
Look, we go way back. But he's a buddy of mine.
Come on, baby. Too much?
Never.
What?
Too much?
No.
Please welcome in his Octagon debut, Mark.
The Smashing Machine in theaters this Friday, rated R. Again, lots of
receiving critical
high
acclaim,
praise.
saying
Lots of
best
praise.
of his career. Best of his
it's
career
not
for
just like
The
a
Rock.
could be anybody action star guy, right? Which we like, but some serious acting. Next Friday, October 10th, Tron Ares, rated PG-13, in theaters, starring Evan Peters, Jeff Bridges, Jared Leto, Gillian Anderson. A highly sophisticated program, Ares, is sent from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission. no longer getting sucked into video games. Video games are exiting and joining us in the real world. Also on Friday, October 10th, rated PG-13 on Prime Video, an absolute tearjerker. John Candy, I Like Me.
I can't tell you what was right about John Candy or what was wrong. But he was my friend, and I don't want to cry, but when I see him, when you see his face, I mean...
Who are you?
I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog.
Gus Polinski, Polka King of the Midwest. Del Griffin, Director of Sales, Shower Curtain Ring Division.
This is a lovable guy. This is a guy who, the minute you see his face, you're going to smile.
He was amazingly funny.
Thank you.
He was one of the top performers out of all of them.
Guess my secret to acting would be I pretend real hard.
Even though John did distinctly different characters, John was always there.
John Candy, I Like Me, starring interviews with everybody.
Yeah.
Hanks, Martin, Murray, Brooks, Catherine O'Hara, Dan Aykroyd, everybody explores the life and legacy of John Candy, who died of a heart attack in 94 at the age of 43.
That trailer is...
Oh, it's... When you see Bill Murray, like, act like a human being and not a weirdo, because he's always kind of weird, and tear up and cry and, like, be legitimately moved.
Well, it's even just the clips back to back to back.
Oh.
I mean, you know what John Candy's movies and how awesome they are, and you know his characters were heartfelt. But yeah,
that's on the 10th on Prime Video, by the way. October 17th in theaters, rated R. Black Phone 2. Ethan Hawke, your guy, is back. Finn is now 17, struggling with life after his captivity. His sister begins getting calls in her dreams from the Black Phone. Uh-oh. There's a whole bunch of movies, by the way, that are getting re-released in the month of October.
Old movies that are
celebrating anniversaries and going back into theaters, like Back to the Future. There's a bunch of horror movies that are going back into theaters. Also, the one I really wanted to mention is Sunday, October 19th, the re-release for the 40th anniversary of The Last Dragon.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
Shogun.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Hell yeah. You had no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm watching you get excited about it, though.
Oh, The Last Dragon. You got to get the glow. No?
Yeah.
October 24th, the big one this month is the Springsteen movie, Deliver Me From Nowhere. It's rated, I think, PG-13. Stars Stephen Graham, Jeremy Allen White from The Bear, Jeremy Strong.
Yes.
And this is not about his entire life. This is about like a couple of month period in his life when he was recording one album in his room by himself.
Oh, a really short look at one tiny.
Bruce Springsteen's journey making his 1982 album Nebraska, which emerged as he also recorded Born in the USA with the E Street Band. So it's based on a book, and it's in theaters on the 24th. In terms of television shows, there's a whole bunch. Starting tonight, all the Chicagos are premiering. Season 11 for Chicago Med, Season 14 for Chicago Fire, and Season 13 for Chicago PD. Also, the Season 2 premiere of Shifting Gears is tonight on ABC. That's
the one with
Tim Allen. Yep. Also, Abbott Elementary premiering tonight on ABC. Monster, the Ed Gein story on Netflix.
Dude.
Starring Charlie Hunnam.
I'm watching this one.
It's this Friday on Netflix. It premieres. I don't know if you have to have the ad-free version or what the deal is, but it looks hauntingly disgusting and awesome.
Well, because, right? He's our most famous person from Wisconsin.
I don't know. Is Dahmer more famous?
Yeah, I don't know. He said, by the way, that he played them and that he went to his gravesite after he got done playing him to say kind of goodbye to the character.
Yeah, you got to get that out of your head. You think of how good Evan Peters was in the Dahmer thing on Netflix, right? That's what they're talking about with Charlie Hunnam, who, of course, was Jax on Sons of Anarchy. But that'll be this Friday. This Saturday, the 51st season premiere of SNL on NBC. See what they've got up their sleeves. Brand new cast member, Cam Patterson, formerly of Kill Tony, the podcast. I don't think it's going to work.
As a cast member?
He's too profane.
Well, understands his limitations and
yeah. They're gonna really have to limit him on that show. Next Thursday, 911 Season 9 premieres on ABC, followed by the series premiere of 911 Nashville, Chris O'Donnell. Also, the 22nd season premiere of ABC, or Grey's Anatomy on ABC next Thursday. There we go. Sunday the 12th, you've got Season 2 premiere of Matlock on CBS, followed by Season 3 premiere of Elsbeth. Monday the 13th, The Neighborhood Season 8 premieres on CBS. DMV, the series premiere of that, also on CBS. And FBI Season 7 premiering on CBS on Monday the 13th. The NCISs all make their season premieres on the 14th on CBS. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2 premiere on CBS on the 16th. Also Ghosts Season 4 premiere on the 16th. Fire Country Season 4 premiering on CBS on the 17th. And on the 26th, Sunday, October 26th, you have to have HBO Max for this one, but Welcome to Derry, the prequel series, makes its premiere on HBO Max.
Let go. Be afraid. Remove the stones. You all taste so much better when you're afraid.
So it's a series?
Yeah, it's a series. Welcome to Derry on HBO Max, prequel series. And Season 4 premiere of The Witcher on Thursday, October 30th on Netflix. That's what's coming up on TV and in films this month. We'll get to sports and holidays a bit later on. We'll also get to our Week 5 Pigskin Picks after Lincoln Park.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Week 4 was not kind to me. Gene had a much better week than the previous 3 weeks. But I'm still dominating you in the overall picks. 41-22 is my overall record. I think you're 31-32. As we get ready for Week 5 of the NFL to kick off tomorrow night. And we'll get started. Big matchup here. Big matchup. 2 3-1 teams. Both kind of weirdly losing last week. The 49ers at the Rams.
I took the 49ers.
Tomorrow night on Amazon Prime. I am also going with the 49ers. Next up, another early Sunday morning game for the Minnesota Vikings. They are in London this time, taking on the Browns. They almost made it happen against Pittsburgh last week. Carson Wentz with a little late game magic, but just fell a little bit short. Browns beat the Packers, but that's about it. Minnesota taking on Cleveland on Sunday morning in London. Who are you taking?
I think that they have been in Europe for 2 weeks now, and they're coming off that loss, and they got their sea legs, and they're coming into London, and I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings as well. No Lamar Jackson is what the word is out of Baltimore. Houston 1-3 taking on Baltimore 1-3. I couldn't even tell you who Baltimore's backup quarterback is. But I'm still taking Baltimore over Houston.
Oh my God, we can't keep doing this. We have all the same picks. I took Baltimore too.
1-3 Miami at 1-3 Carolina. Stink fest here. I'm going Miami. Carolina got throttled by the Patriots last week. They might be, next to New Orleans, the worst team in the league.
So I took them.
You took Carolina. All right. Next up, you've got the Vegas Raiders, who beat my Patriots in week 1, but then have lost the next 3 games at Indy, who are 3-1 on the season, and you will not take Vegas because you're an anti-Vegas
What's the
person.
Rule? You never take the Raiders unless they're playing the Patriots.
I'm taking Indy as well on that one, just because that's the smart thing to do. Boy, this one has got potential written all over it.
Tell me.
I know you're taking the Saints on this one, but
I am.
Jackson Dart with a nice showing, even though Malik Neighbors is going to be out for the season. I'm taking the G-Men, the Giants, to roll into New Orleans and laissez le bon temps rouler.
This is where the Saints have their victory.
The one win the only win they might get is if they play
tonight.
the Jets. If they play the Jets, I think Dallas looks like they rebounded last week, even though they tied with the Packers. They put up 40, which is pretty damn good, and the Jets are an absolute dumpster fire. So I'm taking Dallas.
So I took the Jets.
You love those 0-4 teams.
I do.
You're addicted to them. It's like crack. I am not picking against Philly again. I'm not making that mistake. So I'm taking the Eagles to beat Denver.
I always take the Broncos unless they're playing a team close to my heart.
You mean
always.
the Packers?
Yeah.
0-4 Tennessee. Are you taking them as well? You love those 0-4 teams.
I did, Brian.
Oh, Jesus. I'm taking Arizona. Kyler Murray at home.
I took the Titans.
I'm taking Arizona. See, I told you we'd have a few games here. Another battle of the 3-1s. Tampa Bay, again, without Mike Evans, in Seattle to take on the Seahawks.
I took the Seahawks. Always take Seattle unless they're playing somebody close to my heart.
I want to take Tampa Bay again, but I'm taking Tampa Bay. You know what? They let me down last week against Philly. I'm taking Tampa Bay. Corbin, don't hate me. I'm trying to ride with your team here, man. Detroit 3-1 at Cincinnati. Again, no Joe Burrow. I'm going Detroit on this one. They roll to an easy win against the Bengals. Is that who you're taking? You love the Bengals, though.
I took the Bengals.
Oh, I love when you take those losses.
I do. Their helmets are great.
Washington at 2-2 is in Los Angeles to take on the Chargers, who are 3-1. Who you got in that one?
I took the Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers in that one as well. They're at home and they're going to rebound. New England at Buffalo. My heart really wants to take the Patriots, but I know Buffalo's going to roll them. Buffalo's favored by 7.5 points right now. I'm assuming you're
not taking the Patriots? Take your freaking Patriots.
I don't have to take them.
Yes, you do.
No, this is not about what I want to do. It's about what I should do.
You should take your Patriots. Homer?
Dude, no.
I took Buffalo because I never take the Patriots. That's your job.
All right, I'm taking them.
See?
I'm taking them.
There you go.
That's the one pick this week that I didn't want to take that I took. Kansas City.
Upset, maybe.
What's that? No.
Maybe it'd be upset.
No. They beat one of the trashiest teams in the league last week, 42-13, all right? They're not going to come out of nowhere and beat Buffalo at home. That's just not going to happen. Unless Josh Allen's head pops off in the parking lot. And even then, I don't know if they could beat him. Final game of the week is on Monday night. That'll be ESPN. Kansas City Chiefs rebounding, now 2-2 after a tumultuous start to the season. At Jacksonville, a surprising 3-1. I'm taking Jacksonville at home. I think they're a good team. I think Kansas City has got some problems, and they're going to struggle against really good teams, and I think Jacksonville's a really good team.
I am embracing the Chiefs.
The Taylor Swift.
And I will be taking the Travis Kelce Chiefs.
The T-Swift.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Week 5 Pigskin Picks are in. Overall record for me, 41-22. Gene sits at 32-31, I think.
Man,
or 31-32.
So good. For me, that is so good.
Yeah, we'll see how it flushes out on Tuesday of next week. Again, Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh on the bye this week. Pigskin Picks, week number 5. Where's your? I don't want you printing out a second list and.
I didn't. I kept it right there.
Well, you ripped off the staple already.
Well, there wasn't anything on the second page. It was empty. Look at that big column down there on the right-hand side. I got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Well, you
5,
take a lot
6.
of home teams. Look, usually that's not good. All right. Week 5, Pigskin Picks. Seafood paella up for grabs.
Coming in strong.
We'll get to the other half of our list of things to look forward to in the month of October in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. September has come to an end. We're flipping the page on the calendar to the month of October. Talking about things to look forward to in the month of October. Talked about movies, talked about TV show premieres, lots of seasons and series premiering because the summer game shows are over. It's time for all the fall seasons. Now on to sports. Sports or sportsing, Gene?
There's a lot of it. A ton, because you're already in the NASCAR playoffs, aren't you, essentially?
Yep. So we've got, obviously, the MLB wild card playoffs have begun. They continue tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, with the division series kicking off later this week. This Friday, the WNBA finals begin. Saturday, you've got UFC 320. World Series, by the way, starts on October 27th. So we'll have a lot of baseball between now and then.
Oh, my gosh, so much baseball.
But the World Series starts on October 27th. Sunday, October 5th, NASCAR Round of 12 wrapping up at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
That's this Sunday.
Next Tuesday, October 7th.
As they say in hockey,
no way.
Let's do that.
You
hockey.
are kidding already.
NHL regular season hockey begins. All of the preseason games, I think, are wrapping up today.
That's
or tomorrow.
early.
Next Saturday, the 11th, WWE Crown Jewel. One of their many pay-per-views or specialty events, whatever you want to call them. Chicago Marathon on the 12th of October. I'm going to head down and do some running. Also on October 12th, the NASCAR Round of 8 begins with the race at Vegas. Then they've got another race in the Round of 8 in Talladega, or at Talladega on the 19th. Tuesday, October 21st, the NBA regular season begins. Yeah. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, NASCAR.
That is so much sports.
Give me all the sportsing. October 21st, the NBA regular season begins.
How can hockey start before NBA? That's weird.
Saturday, October 25th, UFC 321. Also on the 25th of October, WWE Halloween Havoc. Another specialty event. And on Sunday, October 26th, the NASCAR Round of 8 wraps up with a race at Martinsville before they move on to the next round of the playoffs. Next up, in things to look forward to in the month of October, it is the holidays. Starting on Friday, it's Mean Girls Day.
On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was. It's October 3rd.
That's the only reason it's Mean Girls Day is because she says October 3rd in the movie.
Friendsgiving.
Galentine's, right? Saturday, the 4th, is National Vodka Day, and it's also National Taco Day.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Two great tastes that taste great together. Vodka and tacos.
Okay, vodka and whatever.
Fast forwarding to next Tuesday, the 9th of October. It's International Beer and Pizza Day.
Pizza.
Hell yeah. Sounds like a good day to celebrate with some pizza and some beer.
Hell yeah.
Thursday, the 11th, is National Sausage Pizza Day. So more pizza holidays.
Celebrating. Add those together. Do one big sausage pizza.
Friday, October 12th, is National Gumbo Day and National Pulled Pork Day. Do I have my dates wrong?
Yeah, Friday the 12th is not a thing. It's the Sunday the 12th.
Sunday the 12th. All right, there we go. So, yeah, National Gumbo Day, National Pulled Pork Day on the 12th. Columbus Day on the 13th / Indigenous Peoples Day, depending on which one you prefer to call it. Also on the 13th, it's National M&M Day.
The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
They've got the Halloween ones out now, the black and orange ones.
Wife just came home yesterday with our Halloween candy, and she's like, we should have plenty. I'm like, bitch, you bought it a month early. I didn't say
plenty.
That. I didn't call her the B.
Right. I know you didn't. Of course you did.
She brought she's like, well, it was buy two and get one free, and I said, well, that one free is going right in here.
How many of these fun sizes? I just walk past.
Well, we don't have any weird candies this year, so now like I got nothing to leave behind. The ones I want to eat.
Yeah, all the legends.
National Cheese Curd Day is on the 15th. Boss's Day on the 16th. October 17th is Pasta Day.
It's an Italian dish, so shouldn't we say it properly? Like spaghetti, not spaghetti.
National Pasta Day on the 17th. Have some friggin' pasta. What?
Pasta in your mouth.
National Mashed Potatoes Day on the 18th.
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Shove them up my arse. Not sure why it's celebrated on October 18th as opposed to closer to Thanksgiving, but National Mashed Potatoes.
But okay, I'll eat mashed potatoes any day.
Good any day of the week. As I mentioned, some movies going back into theaters because of their 40th anniversary. One of them is Back to the Future. And October 21st is Back to the Future Day.
Are they doing them all or just the original?
I think just the first one. Obviously, the 21st is the day that he set on the time machine and the
which is
DeLorean.
Super cool.
Back to the Future Day. That'll be on October 21st. Other important dates to remember in the month of October include October 22nd, it's National Nut Day.
I used to be able to name every nut that there was. And that used to drive my mother crazy because she used to say, Harlan Pepper, if you don't stop naming nuts.
October 23rd is National Slap Your Coworker Day.
What is the 5 fingers say to the face?
What?
Slap.
Don't slap your coworker. Unless you want to go talk to HR. October 24th is National Bologna Day.
My bologna has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R.
All right. I think we know how that wraps
You
up.
know how to spell it.
October 25th, one day later, is National Greasy Foods Day.
French fries, onion rings, cheese curds.
Anything that's fried, greasy
Pizza.
foods. Also, well, if you go to Chuck E. Cheese, it's greasy.
Greasy on the top.
Speaking of Chucky, National Chucky Day is also on the 25th. The following day, Friday, October 26th, happens to be National Chicken Fried Steak Day. God, every time I think I'm in, I'm out. I hear this song and I'm like, yeah, chicken fried and beers. And he's talking about jeans and Georgia peaches, and I'm like, I'm out.
You know, well, I'm a chicken fried.
Yeah, you're in. Love that.
So
With
far,
you.
so good.
Jeans that fit just right.
I'm out.
And the
radio's on.
That's all right. Come on, I'm back in.
Back in.
Then he starts talking about his Georgia peach and growing up in the South. It loses me, but the chicken fried thing.
Chicken fried.
I do like fried chicken. I do like that. National Chicken Fried Steak Day, which is not actually fried chicken.
Oh, my husband, if that's on a diner breakfast and we go out, he's getting that.
That's October 26th. October 27th is National American Beer Day.
I drank beer with my friends. I liked beer. I still like beer.
Drink some American beer. 29th happens to be National Cat Day.
Is your cat making too much noise all the time?
And, of course, the big one this month is Halloween. Friday, October 31st, handing out that little tiny candies, whatever's left after I eat most of it. See, it's got Kit Kats, peanut butter cups.
Oh, yeah, it's good ones.
I think the regular Hershey's, and then an Almond Joy, which I don't technically really like all that much, but it's better than the Whoppers or one of those other weird ones that get stuck in there.
I bought just a bag of the fun size Snickers and the Take Fives because those are my husband's favorites.
So you
but not to ham. Those are realistically we're just eating those over the next month.
Well, that's what I told my wife. I'm like, why'd you get it so early?
It's buy two get one free.
I'll buy them closer for giveaways. They'll be closer. These were the ones we wanted to eat right now.
Last year sucked, man. It was rainy and cold, and we didn't spend much time in the front yard. We went inside and we had a bunch of kids that came by and got candy, but we had so much candy and it was like
left over.
Well, we were trying to really to tough it out, but it was kind of drizzly and cold and it was kind of miserable, and so I was like, I'm going in. F this. Yeah.
Kids can come to the front door.
Hell yeah, let them walk up here. Mm-hmm. But there you go, some stuff to look forward to in the month of October. Some dates, some holidays, some sports, TV shows, movies, all that stuff. If we forgot anything, feel free to let us know, rockmornings.com. Grant Bills of the Wisco Sports Show going to join us a bit later on. Just confirm with him, make sure he's in for 8:15. So we'll talk to him in just a bit. Right now, it's Stone Sour.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. And Smokin' Joe, who showed up from Wyoming with his big old cowboy hat on.
Dude, for real. This guy's for real. We were just talking about him getting bucked off his horse that got spooked by a snake, and he had to be taken to the hospital, which is hundreds of miles away.
You don't hear about that happening very often in the cities that people live in, other than Wyoming.
2,400 people in the county.
Yeah. I watched a special on that about rural hospitals and how they're dying, and they got one doctor for everybody.
This guy's out there.
Sounds good.
Looking at
Sounds
the stars and breathing in the dry air.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. Smokin' Joe hanging out with us for a couple of minutes here before he heads back to Wyoming. We've got our very own Grant Bills on the show. Normally we have him on Tuesdays, but because of Doc's schedule, we had to rearrange things. And he joins us each and every week to talk Wisco sports. You can hear his program weekday afternoons from 4 until 6 on stations all across the state like WKTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. Grant, how are you? Did you survive Oktoberfest with Brian?
I did. Got a little hairy on, what was the last day I was there? Saturday. Got a little rowdy, but that's part of the fun, right? And I appreciate you taking me to the tapping. You did an excellent job emceeing and welcoming everybody in and hosting the sign holding contest. I was proud to have known you that day, Brian.
Yeah, I'm seen on Friday, I tell you. And then I got roofied and didn't last until Pat McCurdy. So what are you going to do with that, you know?
Yeah, but you took him to his first tapping, and that was really fun.
I did, and we talked about all the good things that I like to talk about.
Yeah. Did you
catch the swing crew, or were you drugged before that as well?
I caught a couple of minutes of them, and then I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who also apparently may have been roofied. He explained he had a similar situation happen to him at the very same time that it happened to me. So I am almost 100%. The way my wife and everybody describes it, I'm 100% positive I got drugged.
But that did not happen to you, correct? You did not have any. You had just a great time.
Well. Yeah, and I want to be respectful. I don't want to say this in bad taste, but why did no one try to do that to me? I'm better looking than you.
I don't think
I'm not married. I'm more available.
I don't think it was a matter of an attempted assault of any sort. I think it was more of someone wanted to just be an a-hole and roofie people, and I happen to be his victim, or their victim, I should say.
Available.
That's stupid.
That's
Drugs are expensive. That's a waste of. That's a lot of money just to ruin someone's day.
Trust me, I asked the same question to myself. Why me? But it happened, and I'm trying to move past it. But I'm glad you had a good time, Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show. Let's talk about the debacle in Dallas. What the hell happened? No defense, offense all over the place, bad decisions. I mean, are they gonna figure this out in the bye week, or is this gonna be? I mean, we thought they were coming out of the gates hot and they were gonna be a scene. They were gonna be the number one team. They were gonna give the Eagles a run for their money, and the Packers have fallen apart. They lost to the Browns, and now they tied with the Cowboys. I mean, what the hell's going on?
Well, specifically on the Cowboys game, the offense was great. This was actually one of Jordan Love's better games that he's played recently. They were awesome. They moved the ball up and down. Jordan Love led 4 game-tying or go-ahead drives between the fourth quarter and overtime. The offense was working. The defense had a pretty horrible night. The game plan didn't exactly work, and honestly, I'll tip my cap to Dak Prescott. He was awesome. He got the ball out quickly. And then when he couldn't get the ball out quickly, he was really good at buying that extra second or taking that one step to get the ball where it needed to go, and he made a couple great throws. So good defenses have bad games, and Packers fans, that's not a concept that we're all that familiar with because we normally haven't had a good defense. So that's what was at play there. The special teams had a back-breaking issue again and some struggles in the return game, but the real problem was they just lost track of the clock at the end, I guess. I watched Matt LaFleur's presser yesterday, and they asked, were you upset at Jordan Love after kicking that? Like, what was going on? And he basically said, I don't know. It all happened so fast. It was like watching a car crash. And then after that final play, I realized, oh my God, there's no time left.
I'm
like, hey man, I'm all for honesty, but like, am I supposed to feel better about you as a coach after listening to that? Like, so that's kind of what the game came down to for me.
How many years has he been the head coach of the Packers?
I'm glad you asked, Simpson, because the Packers are the youngest team in football again. And I understand that sometimes in order to be younger and healthier often and cheaper, there are maybe some maturity issues. Matt LaFleur, I think this is year 7.
Yeah.
And Simpson, you know this.
You got to know better.
Like,
you got to know better. You got to be better with the clock.
Well, you got to know better. And 7 years as an NFL head coach is an old man.
That's a long time.
And he was in the NFL, or the NFC Championship, year 1.
Yeah.
So he has tons of big game experience. He's a relative old man as a head coach. He should be the last one involved with this team making decisions or making mistakes like that.
And you should have a staff big enough and full enough of people who know better to be able to help you with a situation like that if it's something you're not good at or maybe something that you're not paying attention to. I get there's a million things going on, but at the same time, like, you got a get back guy. You've got a guy who tapes ankles. You've got a million other guys on the sideline. Isn't there some guy who says, hey, dude, here's the situation with the timeouts and the clock. Let's make sure we're aware of that.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anybody. It could be a guy who deflates footballs. It could be a guy who, sells his witchcraft, his cancer treatment.
Football. That was a deflated football joke.
Look at this guy. All these years later.
Sneaky Pete. That's what they call him.
All these years later.
The assistant head coach is Rich Bisaccia. So that should be his job, but I think he kind of sucks too because their special teams are a disaster. And I always see clips of him on the sideline, talking strategy with Matt LaFleur. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Because if those conversations are productive, it's not being reflected on the field. And that goes back to last year too. So I don't know who his guy is. He needs a different guy. He needs another guy. I don't know. You're absolutely right, Simpson.
All right. Well, they come back with an easy one against the Bengals, who are going to be without Joe Burrow and may not win another game until he gets back. They don't look very good, those Bengals right now.
Not at all.
So that'll be a nice little layup, hopefully, for the Packers to get things back on track after that humiliating tie with the Dallas Cowboys last week. That was a disaster. Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show, joining us each and every week to talk Wisco sports. Obviously, the Brewers are off right now until Saturday. It looks as, for all intents and purposes, that they're going to play the Cubs. I don't know if you know this stat, but every team since 2022, when they started the best of three series in the wild card round, every team that's won game one has gone on to win that series. There hasn't been a team that's come from down 0-1 to win the best of three series. So for all intents and purposes, it looks like the Cubs are going to take care of the Padres and move on to face the Brewers. How does that look for you, that series? How does that look in front of your face?
Miserable. I'll enjoy almost none of it. I'll enjoy none of it, win or lose. I'll just be relieved when it's over. I actually, for the serious baseball angle here, and not just the fan rivalry and Chicago fans coming up here and vice versa, like, I don't think the Cubs are the best matchup for the Brewers. They're really strong defensively. They're a really good defensive team. And I think a lot of the Brewers' success is not necessarily capitalizing on the mistakes of their opponent, although maybe that's part of it too. The Brewers' strategy is we're going to put the ball in play and make you play baseball. And the Cubs will do that. They'll do a pretty good job of that, actually. They're not going to give a lot of extra bases. They're not going to let you hit a lot of infield hits. They're so strong between Shaw and Swanson at second and shortstop and third. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they're just a really good defensive team. And the Brewers' best matchup against a team that maybe isn't so strong defensively. So that worries me a little bit. And that was reflected, by the way, in the regular season record. I think the Cubs won like 7 and the Brewers won 6 or something like that. It was a pretty even split, despite the Brewers being, one of the hottest teams in baseball throughout most of the season when they played.
Is this the best time of year for sports?
Probably. Yeah. Baseball playoffs are awesome. If you're like chomping at the bit for basketball and hockey to get going, I suppose you have that to look forward to. I love sports as much as anyone, and I believe like there's time for I'll get into the NBA and hockey, but I can wait a couple months. Like that's fine. But then with the NFL, you have games. We had 2 games Monday night, games on Thursday night. Now we got games on Sunday morning. And college football to boot. Not that the Badgers really qualify as an actual college football team right now, but you have that option too.
How about March Madness, though?
Yeah, you've also got March and April. You've got the spring where you've got opening day of baseball. You've got the end of football. You've got, college basketball wrapping up with March Madness. I would say that the fall, for me personally, the fall is the best time. You've got everything going on. I mean, NASCAR, NHL, NBA, NFL, NCAA. I mean, everything's happening. Major League Baseball playoffs. It's just a great time to watch sports.
Well, and it's probably to boot the best time of year as well. And something we didn't even mention. What about those Friday night lights? What a classic that was between Logan and Central a couple weeks ago, even though it was moved to Saturday. Gene, I know, has some family members who have been cross-country runners. You ever go to a cross-country meet on a beautiful fall Saturday morning with a cup of coffee? Oh, it's the best. And the spring, like, track meets, I love running track. Track meets absolutely suck. They're like 6 hours long. And it's just one big waiting fest. Like the fall, even outside professional sports, especially in Wisconsin, I think is just the best time of year.
I'm going to be at Maple Grove venues on Saturday for the Mississippi Valley Conference cross countries. As a matter of fact, watching those runners come across the finish line. You
just go watch kids run? You don't even have a kid
My daughter's coming home to go, and we're all going. She's got.
My parents do that too. They occasionally go watch. It's a beautiful sport and a great competitive event. Again, Saturday morning in the fall, the sun's coming up. Maybe it's a little brisk. You got a cup of coffee. It's just a great sport, Simpson. Yes. Whether or not you have kids participating or not.
Yeah, I love watching people run.
So
you're missing the point. You're missing the point, but that's fine. I would expect nothing less from you.
Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show, joining us each and every week. Hear his program from 4 until 6 p.m. in the afternoons on stations like WKTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. Grant, I have a question. I have a favor for you.
Sure. Anything for you.
Gene and I are engaged in warfare right now with our Pigskin Picks. We are making weekly picks to see who comes out on top at the end of the season. Right now, I'm thoroughly trouncing her in the overall standings. I did have a bit of a rough week, but I've been trying to convince Gene. I've been trying to help her a little bit. She refuses to get off the New Orleans Saints. She picks them every single week. I keep telling her they're going 0 for this season. Will you do your best to convince her to stop picking the New Orleans Saints to win?
Oof. Well, is Spencer Rattler still playing quarterback for them? I don't even know who their quarterback is.
I don't even know if it matters.
Well, that's the point. Like, they don't have one good quarterback on that roster. And they're kind of old and expensive, but they also kind of stink. Like, typically when a team is older and you have bigger contracts and, you're struggling with the salary cap, like, you're a good team. The Saints just stink. Gene, do you have is there a reason you've been picking the Saints? Do you have some sort of, I don't understand where that's coming from.
Idiot?
No.
Drew Brees.
That is true. There is still a mystique about the Patriots for some reason because Tom Brady was,
yes,
he was there once upon a time.
So
okay,
and you know what? They might win a game, and Brian will have to eat a piece of paper or something.
That's true.
I'll take the other 15 L's if I got to eat a piece of paper for one W. I mean, you got to stop picking the Saints. They're going to go over, I'm telling you right now. They might not win a game all season long.
I like a person with conviction, Gene. Stick to your guns. They'll figure it out. They'll get it together.
I appreciate it.
All right, Grant. Always a pleasure. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Next week, we're back on Tuesday, okay?
Okay.
Simpson, Gene, I would drop everything for you guys. You want to do this on a Sunday morning, you just let me know and I'll be there. You have an excellent day.
Thank you, Grant.
Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show. Doc texting in saying, did Bills just go sneaky Pete on Simpson? Yeah, he snuck one past the goalie on me with the whole Tom Brady deflator thing.
It was good.
Yeah, he deflated.
I wonder how he
Hell yeah, he deflated them balls, and then he won a Super Bowl with
Did he,
them. If you don't like it, then tough beat. Then maybe your quarterback should have deflated his balls.
Did he pre-plan that from if I can get a deflator ball?
He had it in the clip. He had it
somewhere in there. I'm going to lay that deflator ball.
He had it in the clip. I know. If your quarterback was smarter, he would have deflated his balls too. Maybe would have won more than one Super Bowl.
All right, cheater,
big idiot,
pumpkin eater. Thanks, Grant.
Got the rings to show it. Got the hardware. Bad News, Happy Music is coming up.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some #Florida Man for flavor.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man. Florida Man. Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
Wow, speaking of couples who can't get along, Smoking Joe just downloading the story of his life from Wyoming.
Wow.
Who knew?
That's
got
a good
Real
one,
Housewives
man.
thing
That was
going on
actually
there. That
was some entertainment.
That almost trumps my story of how I ended up in Wisconsin.
It almost does.
This guy wants to go back to that. Here's a couple in India that got married last December, and they're already talking about getting a divorce.
Can they not agree on what to name their baby for?
No, but we did talk about that couple. 10 months later, here they are citing irreconcilable differences.
10 months?
But the differences are not a question of politics or religion.
Money,
or even what to eat on Tuesday nights. It's about their pets.
How many to have?
The couple bonded over their love of animals, but over the past few months since they got married, they've realized their pets are not bonding. Apparently, the wife says her husband and his dog has harassed and attacked her cat repeatedly. He claims that he made it clear before the marriage that the wife would not bring her pets into their new home, no matter what you got, especially the cat, which wouldn't stop hovering over his fish tank. Apparently, that was a point of contention for the couple.
Dude.
In the
Maybe
end,
you shouldn't have gotten married. This sounds
the
tragic.
woman has now picked her cat over her husband. The man picked his dog and his fish over the wife. They tried counseling, human counseling.
Well, they did, actually.
And there was even apparently a family intervention, but none of that has worked. And the divorce is currently being sorted out in family court. That's why you got to live with people before you marry them. You got to take it for a test ride, Gene.
I'm not arguing with you. He said you can't move in. I'm saying, well, then we're not.
I don't like that cat hovering over my fish tank.
So you can't bring it.
That should have been an immediate red flag to her that this dude is not on the level, right?
The way it's looking at my
dogs
fish.
and cats living together, mass hysteria, right? I get the dogs, but I don't know. What do you? Natural
it looks
instinct.
Through the glass at my fish.
Do you look at the fish tank? Yeah, because it's cool as hell. That's why the cat's looking at it, too. Plus, there might be a snack in there, Yeah. Maybe don't rush headlong into marriage until you get this pet thing sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
This is a wild story.
I'm here for it.
Out of Colorado. This is in your neck of the woods, Smoking Joe.
Colorado's crazy people.
Yeah, well, here's one of them. A man suspected of committing multiple robberies in Colorado was found walking in the background while a TV news crew were filming a segment about him and the robberies. They're on the scene of the robberies, filming a news report, and they turn around and go, hey, wait a minute.
Yo. Hey, put the camera on him. Yo. You see this person right here?
Yo,
Is this
bro.
him? Would it be crazy if we actually found the guy right now? Because we saw a person who was literally fitting the description, who just walked by our camera.
That was in a show that I watched about criminals. That they show up at the
they go back to the scene of the crime. Yeah, they always do, right? That's what they say. Don't go back to the scene of the crime.
Cops or there's investigators or there's news or whatever, they'll show up and they'll try to be helpful or they'll...
Well, they're interested. They like to be a part of it because they like to see their handiwork, right?
So this person's... They're covering the story and they're just walking around in the vicinity because they want to be part of the mayhem.
The reporter, a guy named Justin Adams, did a double take.
Yo, dude. Bro.
As he watched him walk across the street behind him, he later said he was just in a sense of disbelief when he saw the guy he had just described. The suspect is a 26-year-old man named Richard Applequist, wearing a hood, didn't seem bothered by the cameras, but the crew called 911, said, hey, I think we got the guy.
It's right over there.
And he was in police custody within 10 minutes, still being questioned. No word of any kind of charges yet. But, yeah, they're out there doing a news report on the robberies, describe the guy, and then see a guy looks just like him.
Look just like the guy we're talking about behind us?
On the opposite end of the marriage spectrum, this is a marriage I want to be involved in. This is a ride or die situation. Someone who's there for you 24/7, 365, good, bad,
doing criminal
ugly.
Stuff.
Yes, exactly who you want.
Like a Bonnie and Clyde thing?
Not that bad. Not that bad, but bad. Not good, but not
illegal,
that bad.
But not
Bonnie and Clyde, a lot of murdering, robbery. No, this is more like a wife and a husband in Rhode Island who were both arrested for DUI on the same night within a 2-hour time frame because the drunk husband was caught when he was going to pick up his drunk wife after she got popped for DUI. Ride or die, baby.
No, not ride or die.
Ride or die.
Let's phone call.
Drunk and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
You got to make phone calls. You got to get somebody else. Like, you can't go to sleep and leave her there, but you got to make phone calls and call other people. You got to wingman. You got to call wing woman. You got to call others in.
What is it? Sickness and health? Good times and bad?
Walk down and get her so you can walk home together,
I'm not
maybe?
Walking. You kidding me? How far away? Did you hear him? Said 11 minutes. This is stupid police. Portsmouth, Rhode Island, said a wife and a husband both arrested for DUI on the same night within a 2-hour time frame. 36-year-old Kayla McGreal was arrested at 12:52 a.m. on September 20th after a vehicle stop. Police say they observed the vehicle committing multiple traffic violations. She showed signs of alcohol intoxication, was arrested for suspicion of DUI. Portsmouth police said she was taken to the police station where her husband, 46-year-old Matthew Wheeler, came to pick her up.
No. Matthew, walk down and get her, make some phone calls, get an Uber, get a cab.
Police said Wheeler also showed signs of intoxication when he showed up at the cop station. Officers attempted to place him under arrest. He resisted. She's now facing a charge of driving under the influence, and so is he. He's also facing charges of resisting legal or illegal arrest. You can resist illegal arrest as well. And refusal to submit to a chemical test. So, yeah, not so good for them.
I'm not that intoxicated.
Yes, you are.
Even hiring a taxi or an Uber and then riding.
At 1:30 in the morning, they're not going to come get you.
Sure they will. And have them come get you at your house, and then you ride in the car to pick her up. You can't get arrested for that.
A college football announcer is under fire after saying something a bit negative about an opposing school's dance team, referring to them as the new face of Ozempic.
Congratulate them. They're now the new face of Ozempic.
Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no.
Oh, yes, he did.
No, he did.
Yeah. College band announcer. So this is like a PA guy, I guess. He's not like a radio guy or whatever, but under fire for body shaming an opposing school's dance team during a game over the weekend. Both schools issuing statements condemning the remarks.
Yeah.
He'll be out of a job soon. Alabama State traveling to Florida A&M, to take on the Rattlers at Bragg Memorial Stadium in Tallahassee. They brought along not only their band, but also their popular plus-sized dance team, a.k.a. the Honeybees. While introducing the home band, the longtime band announcer, a guy named Joe Bullard, decided to take a shot at the ladies and said, congratulate them. They're now the new face of Ozempic. As you heard there in the video, the audio capture of the video, some of the people in the crowd were
like, what?
Oh.
Dude, boo.
Yeah. FAMU President Marva Johnson apologized to Alabama State and the Honeybees, saying during the halftime of the game, an inappropriate and offensive remark was made by a Marching 100 announcer. On behalf of Florida A&M University, I extend my deepest and sincerest apologies to the Honeybees, the Mighty Marching Hornets, President Quentin Ross, and the entire Alabama State University community. University said they would be taking steps to hold Bullard accountable and affirm that comments like that are unacceptable. It can't be that hard to find another guy to talk into a microphone, right?
Probably going to be easy.
Yeah, you're probably going to get rid of that guy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Last but not least.
He loses his gig, yes.
Last but not least, I switched it up today. I was going to do a couple other ones, but this one came across my desk real late this morning. And it's just the audio is too good not to run with it.
Okay.
This guy, everybody knows him.
I'm here for it.
The Florida Sheriff, Grady Judd. Smoking Joe knows who he is. You've heard some of his wisdom before. Yeah. Polk County, Florida Sheriff Grady Judd, along with his team of police and whoever else, just recently carried out a large-scale operation targeting human trafficking and prostitution, resulting in the arrest of over 200 suspects. Now, look, this is a huge problem in America, not just down there.
It sure is.
Human trafficking, sex trafficking, prostitutes,
so many signs
all that.
If you're
kids
in trouble,
and teenagers and runaways and homeless people. I mean, it's a huge issue. And so they're trying their best to clamp down on this thing. And this guy, as he has done in the past, came out firing when he got to the podium. And it's just brilliant audio. So listen closely to what Sheriff Grady Judd had to say.
There's things in life you just can't believe. So you order up a prostitute, right? This prostitute lives with his mother, by the way. He's got a massive criminal history, a 21-year criminal history with 31 criminal charges. So you order up a prostitute, and that's what you think you're getting. Now, when you look at that, you go, wow, that's pretty rough, but, any port in a storm. And then the next morning when you wake up, you find out this is who it really is. Yeah, we call that Coyote Ugly. You see, he's laying on your arm in bed. You go, well, it was rough last night, but I've sobered up. I think I'll just chew my arm off and ease away so I don't disturb him or wake him up. All right, so you think you're buying this, you're getting this. He's got 31 criminal charges, and heck, if you're lucky, he doesn't kill you overnight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sheriff Grady Judd. Talking about hookers,
gnawing your own arm off to get out of there.
Prostitutes and Coyote Ugly and a man of the people right there. Holding up examples. He's got pictures of what the alleged lady of the night looked like when they were performing the services and what they looked like afterwards. Talking about gnawing your own arm off.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard the gnawing your own arm.
Somebody knows about that. Smoking Joe. That's what the coyotes do, right? When they get snapped in the trap. They got to chew off that foot so they can get back to the woods.
You fall asleep with that, and you wake up, and you gnaw your own arm off.
You gotta wake them up. You're with a career criminal.
31 charges.
31 over 21 years.
I heard.
Going for the record.
There's more photos. He's still going, isn't he?
Yeah, that was just a little clip, a little snippet. You can watch the entire press conference, by the way, on YouTube if you're looking for it.
It's got 2.5 million views.
Some good stuff. He's the sheriff who, when they, what's the word I'm looking for? When they confiscate like jewelry from drug dealers and stuff. He wears it at the podium, like their necklace, like throw it in their face, like their rings and their chains and stuff like that. All the stuff they took from them when they arrest these people.
Gnaw
You
your
are a
own,
smelly pirate hooker.
Yeah.
no, gnaw your own arm off.
You Coyote Ugly, Gene.
It's good.
Bad news having music on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. What a day, Gene. What a day. Going to get to our daily check-ins here in a couple of minutes. Read some emails and text messages. We'll do that after Bad Omens.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello?
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us.
Check.
We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Rockmornings.com is the website. Head there for all of our contact info. You can also download the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app and get in touch with us with voicemails, images, and videos. Got a nice text message early this morning from Rob. Said, as someone who loves baseball, the Red Sox-Yankees game was some really good baseball to watch. It was intense. It was everything you wanted playoff baseball.
Yep.
You had two aces battling it out. Couple of key offensive
Goes
plays.
to the bottom of the ninth.
Bases loaded, no outs. Your closer's out there. You're up 2 runs. You're just trying to hang on for dear life. Yeah, it was a wild game.
Super exciting.
Jim, who lives in Georgia after retiring from the military, thank you for your service, said, I remember the last shutdown during the Obama era. I didn't get paid, but he got back pay. And he also said, go Red Sox. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, government shutdown, so some changes. Going to be some stuff.
Yeah, some stuff is closed. Obviously, we talked about that early this morning. People without jobs or at least furloughed, and that affects you, let us know. Of course, you can download the app for 95.7 The Rock or 92.9 The X and leave us a message or get in touch with us at rockmornings.com.
Brian in Colorado texting in saying, I'm going to the NASCAR race in Vegas. That's one of the things to look forward to in the month of October. Sounds like you'll have a good time. Bridget sent me a message on Facebook, said, loyalty, Brian. Sometimes it might mimic ignorance, but loyalty, LOL. Talking about the fact that I took the Patriots even though I wanted to pick the Bills. The smart choice is the Bills, but the loyal and ignorant choice is the Patriots. Yeah. She said October 14th is Be Bald and Be Free Day, apparently. Be bald and be free. Also got a text from Doc who said, did Grant Bills just go sneaky Pete on Simpson?
He totally did.
He kind of did with the whole Tom Brady deflator thing that he did to me.
Fit that right in there.
And then I also got a text early this morning from a young gentleman who said, good morning, Gene and Brian. I'm across the street at the Charmont coffee shop sipping expensive coffee. Going to be heading back to Wyoming this morning. And I said to Smoke Joe, you're in town and you didn't come say hi? Gene will be pissed. And so Smoke Joe came and stopped by.
Best part of my morning.
This
could be the highlight of my week. This conversation has been just a chef's kiss. You know
I'm trying to convince him to get on the phone. There's
mystery and intrigue. And I think
murder.
There's murder.
Yeah, it's got a Netflix special written all over.
It does.
It really does. We got to get you on the. We got to get you on the radio.
Great story.
Can we? Do we got one? Can the company afford one of them vocal changer things?
So
yeah.
Where we can.
I was in the back seat of the car.
Not Smoking Joe from Wyoming. We'll call him something else.
Yeah, we'll call him.
We can't call him Deep Throat. That's been taken, right?
Pipe Pete from Colorado. Pipey Pete. Peepee Pitey.
What are we doing
I'm
here?
thinking pipe. Smoking Joe. Peepee. The pipe. He's got a pipe. Pipe Pete. Pete the Piper.
How about the hat? He's got a 10-gallon Tom.
10-gallon Tom?
From Colorado.
10-gallon Tim.
From South Dakota. Something like that. And he's maybe a little bit of a voice changer kind of thing. It says 10-gallon Tom.
This is like our very own version of Unsolved Mysteries.
I love it so much.
We could do a whole morning getting into this story.
I know.
From
my
front to back.
Lori would be all over this.
This would be like our own podcast thing. One of them. What's the murder podcast that's very popular?
Oh, there's which one?
Well, the one that everybody knows, the big one. Isn't there one that's like
True Crime?
I don't know, but we could do one of those. But this is a great story. And he's just playing it off like, well, you know, it was a Tuesday. Yeah, I got a cat on the ranch.
I need it.
Right. All right, well, we'll figure this out.
Anatomy of a Murder. Maybe it's that one.
Is that the one?
Yeah, it's a podcast. Small Town Murder. Ooh, yeah. So
well, we don't know if there's murder yet. Let's not attach the word murder to anything. Let's just say
10-gallon Tom. He says it was.
Avoided murder.
Yes. All right, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.